They say the path chosen today prepares leaders for tomorrow. So I chose academics, excellence, and a diverse culture. My choice was clear. I am a graduate of Morgan State University.
Did you know that Morgan State University has educated more than half of the African American engineers, educators, and healthcare professionals in Maryland?
Hi, my name is William Hill, and I'm a software engineer at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics comes in all colors.
Like us on Facebook. For more information on the color of STEM, go to our website, www.thecolorofstem.com.
Welcome back to The Color of STEM. The Color of STEM continues.
Our STEM Chasers team attended the Makers Faire Festival in Washington, D.C. at the University of the District of Columbia and caught up with rapper, actor, record producer, and television personality Nick Cannon and Megan Smith, the technology officer of United States and a former vice president at Google.
What I love about the Maker Faire experience is it's much more like going in the art room, going into the gym, going into, music. You come in and you do it. And that's how math and science needs to be. The best teachers in the country are flipping their classrooms into project-based, and they're still hitting all the requirements, that each of the states are setting, but they in their school boards, but they're doing it in this way, like much more like the music teacher, for math festivals and play. Because otherwise, if we teach it in that other way, that's an old industrial way, it's very boring. And it's also incredibly intimidating. And so it needs to be much more fun. And children need to know 4 things. What's this for? What's the purpose of this algorithm, this math, this thing? Oh, it can save lives in this way. Sort routines, what kinds of things? Do people like me do this? Yes. You always have, for the history of the planet, right? Yes. So let's know the stories. Let's make sure, children's textbooks only, the history textbooks are 11% women. Let's fix that. Let's see our women or people of color who've been the inventors in tech with the people who, field the whole team in the textbook. We need to be encouraged. And we've got a lot of unconscious bias. Nobody means to be doing it, but even on children's TV, it's 15-to-1 boy programmers to girl programmers that our Hollywood colleagues are casting or animating, and they don't mean to do that. It's in the unconscious, and so we have to get past that. And so, and then you have to actually do it. Who do we see on TV? Who do we hear about historically who's made all these things? Our heroes. And the truth is, everybody's been part of it. Many people of color have invented extraordinary things. I was lucky to be with the patent team when they were awarding the patents, sort of our hero patents, our Hall of Fame patents, and they were doing some historic figures. Charles Drew, amazing American who figured out how to really allow for blood, separate blood platelets and really save lives by being able to donate blood in the way that he did and invented. There's so many, there's millions of people like that, and we need to know about them. The president gave Katherine Johnson the Medal of Freedom. STEM has always been all of us the whole time, men and women, everybody, all ages, inventors everywhere. And then, how do we make sure that we have the experiences here? And then for all our parents and our teachers, just know you have these biases. Even you'll hear someone always, no one ever graduates from high school and says, reading, it wasn't my thing. But they say math, I'm not a math person. Don't say that. Just say, I'm not a math person yet, but I'm working on it, and let your kid hear you. And then go play, make playful math, come to this kind of stuff. Don't make it so intimidating and boring, let's make it fun. We have to stop treating it like there's the math people and the not math people. You're the art people. Everybody's everybody. The universe doesn't separate the subjects.
You know what? It's actually a dream come true to be the Chief Creative Officer of Radio Shack here at the Maker Faire in DC, because as a kid, that's, I always just wanted to be creative and make things and be a part of something. And, growing up and not having, and then being able to get to a point where now I can inspire and give is truly a blessing. It's always been a part of us. Myself being a musician and even a creator of content and stuff, you have to have that background. And, even when they talk about all of the jobs in the near future, 80% of them are going to involve STEM, the science, technology, engineering, and math. So as much as we want to say, tech is an idea or a process that's separate from the everyday life, it really isn't. It's embedded in everything that we do. I think it's unfortunate sometimes where in our community, sometimes we may want to focus on, hey, put a basketball or football in the kid's hand, opposed to, the proper curriculum or what we have here with a lot of the STEM technology. And I feel like we can excel in anything, you know what I mean? When we think about, mathematics and all of those things was created in Africa. We know what we're doing. I often tell people, you put whatever you put in front of us, we're gonna dominate, and we're gonna actually step out and show the kingship within it. I mean, I have 2 5-year-olds now, and the things that they can do on a tablet and a smartphone is mind-boggling to me sometimes. So the earlier that you put something into a child's hand, the earlier they can master it. And I believe that when people speak of genius and uber talent, it always, the common denominator is that the amount of time they put into it and how young they started when they started whatever that is. So I believe when it comes to something like STEM or STEAM, just infuse that as early as possible and light that fire as early as you can, and you'll just watch it flourish.